Last week, considering the situation in the country, the entire Sri Lankan cabinet resigned, allowing the opposition to take over and make a stable political situation just as they have always claimed of being capable of. Not only that, the President, His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa, then invited anyone who has the majority to take over the government. When no one stepped forward, the President then extended the invitation to individuals to take up the ministerial portfolios if they are confident enough to take over the major responsibility. Nobody from the opposition came forward. Although the opposition, including Sajith Premadasa, Ranil Wickramasinghe, Andrew Kumar Dissanayake, Harsha De Silva, and the rest had always claimed that they are the ones who are with the solutions, they didn't come forward when the opportunity was given, proving themselves to be unworthy of any kind of a leadership. Harin Fernando, who is known for his bad use of language inside the parliament, then came up with the proposal to make the MP Harsha De Silva the president for the moment. Maybe that could be Harin's way of saying that opposition leader Sajith Premadasa is not suitable for the post. End of the day, all the big talkers just sat back without giving a single solution on how to make Sri Lankan economy stable. Formally, the opposition's proposal for the government was to go for IMF in order to uplift the economy. At the same time, they also said that Rajapaksas are incapable of dealing with IMF. But now, the team to play the IMF match is super ready. The Minister of Finance is there, Secretary for the Financial Ministry is there. He is a former Deputy Director of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. He has also had a close exposure with IMF. The Governor of Central Bank is there. He is a former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. He has also worked with IMF to support India some time back. Three other professionals who are specialists in the legal framework and other areas are also there in this team. The opposition certainly didn't expect such professionals teaming up with Rajapaksas at a time like this. And the team started working, giving us Sri Lankans hope for a successful journey. What did Sajith do next when he found out that this is going to be successful? He proposed an impeachment motion. All this time, Sajith and his clan has been challenging the Rajapaksa government to go with IMF. When the journey started, all of a sudden, Sajith couldn't see his dream of becoming the president shattering and hence proposed an impeachment. With this, his intentions became crystal clear. He wants to create a wrong impression for the international community that the state is unstable. Something of the same sort took place in Pakistan. When the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, was going to be successful with IMF, they brought forward a no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister. The IMF then asked the Pakistan government to settle the political status and to proceed later on. An impeachment necessarily requires the majority in public in accordance with the Constitution. The signatures of 2/3, that is 150 members of the Sri Lanka Parliament, are essential for an impeachment motion. Or, if there is a simple majority of 113 and the Speaker is satisfied with the signatures, puts it on the agenda of Parliament, then submits it to the Supreme Court, and after the hearings, the decision will be informed to the Speaker of the Parliament. This is how the President goes home. It's a big process. Now, let's see how many votes the opposition can obtain. Even if the MPs who have become independent in recent days have sided with them, still there are only 108 votes. An impeachment motion with 108 votes is a political joke. So why is Sajith struggling to bring this impeachment even though he knows he will lose? He is doing that to stop the IMF from moving forward with Sri Lanka. What Sajith is trying to do is to prove to the IMF that there is no political stability in Sri Lanka. First, the opposition practically was howling at the government for not going with IMF. But now, Sajith and his team are trying everything they can to stop the government from going for IMF. This is the double standard they have always been practicing in their politics. I don't think his tiny brain has the capacity to understand the gravity of chaos he's trying to create in my country just because of his greed to come to power, which he never will.